Hello, everybody, and welcome to the tarot pull of this week. Happy new moon in Taurus. We are currently in the new moon in Taurus phase. By the time you are seeing this, has been officially launched off. What is this new moon in Taurus about? This new moon in Taurus is about growing, abundance, and also figuring out what do you want to lay out in your life for the upcoming, at the very least, 6 months. But this is a very powerful time to kind of get tapped into like the security and also within the material bits as well. Taurus is about building and what's in your physical reality. What is tangible to you? What can you grab, right? Well, for today, we have the Tarot Tuesday. I'm going to be pulling from a couple of the decks here in order to do that. So let's just pull a card for the collective just to get us started real quick and see what pops up, right? I'm going to be using the Mystic Mondays deck for this right now in this process so y'all can see. That's the way that we're going to go with this, right? So, 9 of Wands. Cool. So when it comes to this week, and especially with this new moon, which I'll be pulling cards deeper for in the class that I have tonight. But when it comes to this 9 of Wands, it seems as though there's a lot of like pushing through. There's been a lot of like almost struggle in a sense of you having to stand up against the fray, of you having to stand up against what has been going on that hasn't been necessarily pushing you forward in your truth or within your passion, right? So this is kind of like showing that there's like a lot of passion that you've been willing to stick up for, but this is a time frame where it's like this is go time, right? This new moon in Taurus is going to be the go time as far as how you're going to be able to bring this in, this manifestation and this abundance, right? We also have the 11th house. So when it comes to you sticking up with everything, the reason why is because what this is doing is that this is going to be putting you into the people that are going to be most connected to you. This is also going to be known as the house of wishes as well. So if you've been wishing to kind of like build in a great resource around you, if you've been looking to build in a great form of like community around you that has a lot to do with these Taurus elements, this is a great time to honestly like bridge that in and manifest, right? But before we get into the rest of the cards for everything else in the week that's coming up, allow me to actually show you what's up and what's going on, right? So let's get into this. So right here we have my website, right? I was just informed that there was a glitch on my website that I just fixed, so you should be able to order whatever that you want from here perfectly fine, right? But this is chadthemaverick.com. Here are the readings that I have. I have the natal chart reading advanced, destiny, past life, or a mission, which is a great one, and then everything you'd ever need to know, which is basically me just spazzing on your whole birth chart and letting you know everything that you need to know on a really deep and integral level. Everyone that gets this reading ends up loving it, and it's also on sale right now, but all my readings are awesome. They're all recorded and you get to keep them in your hand or keep them on you for literally as long as you would like to, right? If you aren't in the range for getting a full reading from me, right, and you want to get one, we also have Hey Hero. Shouts out to Hey Hero that has partnered with me. But Hey Hero is essentially a great place if you have a quick question, if you want a mini birth chart reading, anything along the lines of that. Please be sure to check that out because the Hey Hero will be able to do that. And if you are knowing me from my classes, I am still doing classes. I have the Taurus New Moon class, which is going to be tonight. If you are willing and interesting, I'm going to be pulling for all 12 signs if you like me when I pull the cards. Tomorrow we're going to be doing the Lilith deep dive, the deep dive into the divine feminine. Please be sure to pull up that. I'm going to be talking about Lilith in depth, about everything, including the astrology. We'll also have the Mercury retrograde and eclipse season survival guide, which is going to be on the 19th. So please be sure to check that out. And on the 26th, we have the total lunar eclipse full moon in Sagittarius with yours truly, right? So be sure to check all of those things out. You might notice I'm in the tarot box now because it's time for some tarot. But all the sites and all the links that you want to be finding when it comes to this are going to be in my description. It's going to be biosite/Chad the Maverick. So be sure to check that out at the time. But we're back in the tarot box. So what does that mean? Time for us to get some tarot popping. So like I said, I'm using the Mystic Mondays deck, tarot deck. And I'm also going to be using the astrology reading cards. So Taurus season, Taurus new moon. What do we have coming up here, right? Also, let me know down below if you like this format. I'm thinking about doing this format instead of like some live stream stuff. But please let me know if you like the lives better, if you like this format better. Drop it down in the comments, show some love because this is a new thing. So let's get this going, right? Outside of that, right? Let's see what comes up. The Star. Let's go. So this is a time for the shining stars to pop up. There's also the Two of Wands. So anything that you've been able to like really choose to stick up and go about, The Two of Wands really shows that it's like an initiation of a sort, right? It's an initiation. It's you starting to like make the first inklings of a step, the first inklings of a project. I consider the Two of Wands the world in my hand and the master plan kind of energy, right? And on the top of this is the star. So whatever the idea that you've been able to push forward or that you want to plant to go forward is going to work out and is going to make a real differential as far as everything that you're going to be doing, right? We also have Venus with this as well. So Venus is going to be a key player when it comes to this situation in this regard, because the star is wanting you to connect deeper into your heart space, into your love, right? Right now, we have Venus, and Venus is over in Gemini. Venus just went into Gemini. So part of this star and you having this like communication and you showing this passion has a lot to do with how you're going to express yourself to other people. You might even be expressing yourself to more people than usual. Your network might even be increasing because you're just having these like really small conversations. It's not like it's super in depth too. This is like you having like a short conversation with someone, them having a short conversation with someone, and then y'all being able to kind of like meet in between because you're like, hey, this person's into this. Hey, I know another person that's into this. And then y'all end up just linking. And it's all just based off the love. It's all just based off the friendship. But the whole idea behind it is that there is a lot of organic energy coming in. And you are the star card, right? So if you're the star card in this position and you're starting to communicate with other people, you're going to be communicating with other stars that are going to be bringing you in. Remember how I had the 11th house at the beginning, which is also the house of wishes and getting you connected to community. This is how all these things are going to start to bridge in when it comes to this upcoming week. Mind you, this is a tarot for the week, so it's pretty much like Tuesday to Tuesday, but it's going to definitely range out depending on what this is. So if it's not like exact as far as just this week, it might even leak over into the next week a bit too. Just wanted to let y'all know. Next thing we have the Empress on the new moon in Taurus. Okay, so we have the Empress on this new moon in Taurus. And the idea behind the Empress is that the way I like to explain the Empress is the queen that don't stress about anything. Why? She is the pure and authentic portion of the divine feminine. Now, the reason why this divine feminine principle is so important is because this is the queenly nature. As a matter of fact, the Empress is the queen that the queens look up to. So if this is the case, and this is all in the new moon in Taurus, you have to realize that it's like, this is a time frame for you to like sit down and allow abundance to come to you instead of you trying to chase it too hard, right? I'll be explaining this a little bit deeper in my new moon in Taurus class tonight. So be sure to hit the link in the bio. It's going to be at 6 p.m. PST, $10 a piece. So if you want to check that out, please be sure to do so. I'll pull signs for all the cards as well, or for all the signs as well. But for this right now, we have Pisces, right? So with the Empress and the Pisces card, I'm really sensing this is just like you being willing and being open to like whatever is supposed to like come to you and whatever is supposed to help garner your information, whatever is supposed to help garner your sensitivity, right? A lot of things are going to start to resolve themselves as you sit in the height of your power. And like I said, the divine feminine energy is a energy that is very receptive, or is able to receive things very organically. It's not like you trying to reach out for it. It's just you being like, yo, this is what I want. And then it's showing up to you. Mind you, this is still new moon in Taurus, so it's going to take some time in some cases. But for some of y'all know Uranus is passing by this area as well. So that's something important with this. We also have the Princess of Swords on the bottom. So although there is this Empress card, there is this Princess of Swords portion. So it's like you're digging in, or you're getting away essentially from this whole like, man, I wish I could do this thing. But like, I see this thing in the horizon. Like you're getting away from like you trying to look out so far, and then you being able to like really bridge that in yourself and make that your own sense of power, right? So these are important aspects when it comes to this new moon and Taurus phase, and everything else is coming up with this energy as well, right? So let's just see what else pops up as far as this is concerned. If you like this, please make sure that you will like it, you comment, show some love, whatever the case is. This is where you're going to be finding the tarot, and as well as the astrology stuff is going to be on this page and wherever else I post it. Like I said, we're making a couple adjustments, but let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Show some love, whatever, right? So you have the 8 of Cups, right? So there is a walking away that has to be done. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Swords, and we have the Princess of Swords too. So we had 2 of these Swords cards, the younger Swords energies, right? So it's like the, hey, I have an idea and I think that this is it. And then the Knight of Swords is like, I have an idea and I'm going forward with it, but the whole idea behind going forward with the idea is that you have to like essentially walk away from what doesn't serve your soul, what doesn't serve your spirit, what doesn't keep you like emotionally aligned, right? These are the type of things that you're going to be moving away from when it comes to this upcoming new moon and Taurus phase that we're heading into, right? So one more thing, 3 of Cups. Nice. So what I'm sensing from this, at the bottom of this though, we had the 8 of Swords. So you're kind of escaping this sense of keeping the blinders on. I feel like a lot of people have had their blinders on as far as what they're actually able to achieve and what they're actually able to like set across. I know that we've just had out of a super crazy year. I know I was doing all the astrology all throughout the craziness of what has been last year, but I think that this is kind of like the blinders on that you've had because you haven't been able to kind of like see the differential, or you haven't been able to see many other things or avenues, is completely going to change, and you're actually going to be gaining a lot of harmony from it. There's a lot of people that want to actually like come in and work with you. There's a lot of people that want to go and support you. There's a lot of people that want to celebrate with you, right? But be sure that you save the celebration for the people that have been like truly like supportive, right? And you know this on a soul level of who's been truly supportive and who only supports you when there's something happens, or who only supports you when like, oh, they're doing good here, let me try. Like, nah, like the people that really like have you down, at least like in their heart space, these are the people that you should start celebrating with. So this new moon in Taurus is a time of celebration, because the more that you celebrate and live in this abundance, Taurus is a very, hey, we're going to turn up, we're going to have like someone have a good time, watch some movies, indulge, food, whatever, right? So this is all about like this good time and celebration that needs to be coming in with this Taurus new moon. Even if you're not in a position to do those things, have some time with yourself, have some like fun, have some like real genuine connection when it comes to this. And this is what's going to be making a difference when it comes to everything, right? Now, the next thing that I have is the Sun card, ironically enough. So we have this Sun card coming up, and the Sun is literally about you immersing the spirit. So with that being said, my biggest suggestion for this upcoming new moon in Taurus is to honestly embrace the energy of this Taurus season as best as you possibly can. Why? Well, if you embrace this Taurus season as best as you possibly can, and the energies that Taurus represents, this is what's going to be allowing you to get into a deeper and more integrated part of what's going down, right? And like I said, the Sun is in Taurus, right? Use the strength that you have and be tenacious. Really go for what's going on. Really like push forward the power that you have, right? The power that you have is all about what you're going to be able to grow. Mind you, if you want the like super deep specifics on this is a collective reading. If you want the specifics on this, please be sure to go to the new moon in Taurus class tonight. And if you haven't gotten the new moon in Taurus class, or you can't make it for any reason you want to know, please be sure to ask a question on Hey Hero, and I'll be able to answer that for you if you want to know what's going on with your new moon in particular, or what things you should be manifesting. Mind you, this is the last new moon phase before eclipse season begins. And once eclipse season begins, destiny shifts, a lot of things change. There's a lot of differentials when it comes to that, right? But I kind of wanted to just, like I said, kind of guide you and show you these are the parameters of what's going down. So, I guess this is going to be the last card. This is the last card for this upcoming Tarot Tuesday. Much love for all y'all who have been showing up, staying through, and watched through this whole entire time. But the Magician, and then the Two of Wands again. I just dropped the Magician card, but Two of Wands again. Yo, so this right here, once more, you have the world in your hand and you have the master plan, but you don't know why you keep stressing, right? That is it's a quote from Christian Dior Denim Flow by Kanye West. That's always in my head. But regardless, the Magician card, right? You have the magic, the capability, the power to legitimately make the difference and make the change, right? With Mercury and Gemini on or around this North Node space as well, like this is literally the time of the Magician. So it's like, what do you, or it's conjunct a little bit. It's a little bit past. Mercury just went past the North Node. But this gives the ability of you being able to speak the things that you want into existence, right? The Magician isn't going to trip about like something not happening immediately, because the Magician knows that there's a whole bunch of magic going on in the background, right? So even if things seem simple, even if you're just like writing things down, you're like, hey, this is my goals. Even if you just write down like a list of like, here's the goals that I want to achieve next year, you're doing a grand bit of this feeling. You're doing a grand bit of what's going to be going on with this Taurus energy altogether. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going to be like this tarot bit for the week, the tarot pull of the week, right? Much love for you all who have shown up. Much love for y'all who have been showing the support. Please share this with somebody that you think might need it. Please do whatever the case is. If you want to find me, Chad the Maverick, hit me up, show me the love. I'll show you the love back, and that's how that's supposed to go. You feel what I'm saying? We live in a world where we need to really just like kind of bridge in together as best as we can, or at least show each other the support that we can. So much love for y'all who have been showing up to this. I'm going to be doing the Astro Saturday and such like that around Saturday, and then we'll be breaking that down. I'll be literally showing you the actual chart as well, and I'll be talking in it, so it'll be a great time. But I'm figuring out everything else with the format. But much love to y'all. Appreciate you for showing up, and until next time, y'all have a great one. Peace out.